Well, it's back to reality. Slack packing is over. Mom and Dad checked out of the cabin today, so I've got the full load on my back. Not just the full load, but like for real, the full load, because obviously I'm starting with a full food resupply right now. I did change it from, I was doing 5 days at a time to 4 days worth of food at a time. I'm telling you, after slack packing, like, I feel like I put so much work into trying to make my pack as light as possible, but I was like going back through it. I had everything on the floor last night trying to eliminate stuff. There was really not much to eliminate. I eliminated a few things, nothing that's gonna make a big difference, but like an extra battery pack. So probably gonna have some less video, but that's okay. There's also gonna be less posting for sure, because I'm not gonna be at the cabin with Wi-Fi. But yeah, it feels heavy. That's okay. It's Mom's like, I hope we didn't spoil you, but it wasn't spoiling. It was healing for my knee. I'm telling you, every step hurt, whatever day that was, coming off of sassafras. So being able to, I'd never had to take a zero. I really didn't even, I mean, it depends on what you define as a Nero, but definitely did less miles than I would have on the next day. I think I did like 4 or something, or 4.5. No, it was like 4.5. And then today I'm gonna end up doing just shy of 5. But like the other day, let's see, yesterday I did normal mileage, like 8. And then the day before I did 11. So, I mean, I'm ending up schedule-wise exactly where I want it to be. And my knee isn't killing me. And hopefully with the weight today, it will still be okay. So we'll see. I think it was good. I know it was good. But yeah, the weight, whew. I was thinking this morning, I would be a-okay with give us this day our daily bread rather than having to carry 4 or 5 days on my back. But it is what it is. So yeah, we went to church this morning, went out to lunch. It was nice. And they are on their way back to Michigan. So probably see them in about 6 weeks. Dad has sometime in about 6 weeks. Dad is going to actually preach in northern Georgia. I mean, of course, I won't be in Georgia by then. I'll be probably in Virginia, but they're gonna hook up with me on their way back. So, not sure if I've made it clear or not. I probably have in these videos how much I appreciate my mom and dad, but like I told Mom today too, just I appreciate her not being the type of person that projects fear. Really appreciate that. I'm sure she's worried about me, but she doesn't project it on me. Really appreciate that. So, here we go into Low Gap tonight. Should be a easy, hate to say that word, but it should be a fairly easy day. And then we'll see about tomorrow. I was originally gonna do 13 miles to get to Cheese Factory. I'm gonna reassess that tonight. We'll see. Ah, the lovely sounds of nature. Yeah. So the curves on these mountain roads are pretty nasty, and the little motorbikes and sports cars love them. It's kind of crazy to me though, because like literally the hikers we have to cross the road to continue the trail at Hog Pen Gap, and these motorcycles and cars are just flying. I don't know how that's not patrolled better, but whatevs. Also, I did not look up the geography of the Georgia mountains like I said I was going to, so I'll just have to keep guessing. All I know is that one of the mountains is Yona, so if I just keep saying that, eventually I'll be correct on one of them. So I got to the Low Gap shelter way faster than I thought I was going to. It was about a 5-mile hike, and I did it in less than 2.5 hours, which for my first day with a fully loaded backpack on, and there hasn't been much shade today, I was kind of surprised. Terrain has been fairly easy, so I'm making a decision that I hope I don't regret. I'm going to hike on. There's a tent site. I think it's like 1.5 miles up, because that will better situate me for tomorrow. So instead of tomorrow being the first night that I have to do my first bear hang, it'll be tonight. We'll see. That's gonna be a pretty easy fill. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Very pretty. If I wouldn't have already had lunch, this would have been a nice place to stop. But I'll definitely get a fill up. Might sit and have a snack. I know I'm super close to the campsite, but I was thinking that I would go up another mile from here to a tent site, but then when I was looking on Far Out, it looks like there's a better one 2.5 miles up. There is another water source before that site too, but I am going to, I'm filling up. This water source was amazing, so I'm just gonna fill up anyway, just in case for some reason I get to, hold on, I gotta stop my filter. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and fill up here because just in case I get to the campsite in 1 mile and I'm like tanked or something, then I wouldn't have water. So I'm filling up here, and if I decide to keep going, I could always top off at the other water source or whatever. Looks like it's kind of like easy-ish flat either way. Honestly, the only like negatives today is that there's like hardly any shade. Like even right here, I would sit here forever if I had shade, but there's not. I put on sunblock, but I feel myself burning. Other than that, my shoulders kind of hurt from my pack, but that's such a different, that is a suck it up soldier type pain. My knee pain the other day, that was different. That was like an injury that had to be addressed, so we'll see. Sometimes my son leaves me just sweet normal notes too. You're not gonna believe what mountain I think that is. I think it might be Yona. But for real, I just have this distinct memory of walking right here with my friends a few years ago, and we had one man from Georgia with us for a few days, and I swear I remember walking right here and him saying that that was Yona. Anyway. Okay. So the reason I did not research the mountains like I said I was going to last night was that I had an unexpected night of dealing with unexpected things for my last night with Mom and Dad at the cabin. So day before, I had ordered some things off Amazon for next day delivery to be delivered to the Airbnb, to the cabin, and like we texted the owner, made sure that was okay, checked to see if there was any special directions, and they're like, no, you're good. It's not the owner's fault, PS. But you know how sometimes things with Amazon go post office and sometimes they go UPS? Well, probably would have been fine if it was post office, but it went, or probably would have been fine if it was UPS, but it went post office, and I think they had a hold on their mail, which I get, so it didn't get delivered. It's being held at the post office, and today is Sunday. So that was a bummer because I had ordered this like patella knee brace thingy that my friend told me to get. So that kind of stunk, but so I had to call Amazon and figure out what to do. Then I had to call and deal with some fraudulent charges on my credit card. Like, I am so glad that I was inside the cabin yesterday to deal with that stuff. Like, if I would have gotten an alert from my credit card and I was out in the woods, like, that just feels like nightmarish to me. But I got both of the issues resolved. So I did not research the mountains. Sorry, I will eventually, by the time I'm out of Georgia. Maybe I will research like things about each state before I get to them. Probably not. This is the first shade canopy all day. I am so happy. Should be in the home stretch to get to my campsite. So, confession. One time, my kids and I were hiking. We were at Cumberland Gap, I think, the Daniel Boone Forest, and we really underestimated the hike, and so we did not bring enough water, and we were so thirsty, and my daughter and I drink from things like this. Ah, we're still alive. As in drink from it with no filter. Gonna top off here. The campsite is just 0.3 miles ahead. I made it. I get first dibs on camp spot. Very first order of business before I put my tent up, before I get my food, get my bear hang going. I did it. I might cry. I'm so happy. I was so tempted to give up. I kept snagging it right like there. I did that like 4 times, and that is not far enough away from the trunk, so okay, now I can set up my tent. Victory dance may have been premature because it's stuck in the branches. I am not giving up. I'm gonna get this sucker down. So now I kind of feel dumb because I was so focused on just finding the right limb that I didn't look underneath it. And there's a tree there and the sun setting. Oh, okay, I got it on that one. Wasn't easy, wasn't pretty, but it's done. I might need to eat before I set up my tent. That's the danger in pushing on farther than you think, and then you have to deal with all this. Got my tent set up. I think it's supposed to rain tonight, so I'm very, very happy that I have my bear hang set, my tent set up. Try to eat real quick and do whatever else I need to do and get in bed before it starts to rain. Anyway, at dinner time when there's other people there, I just like to socialize and make new friends and not be like, this is what I'm having for dinner, YouTube fam, because I don't know. But since I'm by myself tonight, I can be a dorky YouTuber. I'm having chicken, sausage, broccoli, quinoa tonight. Yeah, so far all of my dehydrated meals have been amazing, so fingers crossed that that continues. I know most of you watching my YouTube channel are very familiar with all of this, but I might have friends and family that aren't. So this is my little stove that was attached under the fuel canister earlier. These little prongs went out to balance my pot. And then this just folds right up and goes right in that little case. Pretty handy. And all of it nests right inside here. Appetizer while I wait for my meal to reconstitute, green beans. And if I'm a good girl and eat all of my dinner, dessert. I haven't really had any, well, okay, that doesn't count at the cabin, I think I did. But on trail, I haven't really had a desire for dessert. I packed like a couple little things each week, but tonight I am ready for this. And here's what it looks like. Tastes pretty good. I think I'm gonna get my dessert tonight. All right, food is hung. I'm constantly second guessing myself, but like that is definitely more than 12 feet off of the ground, right? Yeah, that is. Definitely far enough from there, way far away from. My issue is that there's so many trees around, like, so I don't know, but I think I'm gonna go to bed with a clean conscience knowing I did the very best I could. To whoever of you told me that my Jericho driver attaches on to my trowel, thank you. I literally did not know that, and I wouldn't have guessed that. And yes, it was hurting my hand, so woohoo! They were not kidding about having to replace your shoes so much. Holy cow. I mean, I barely wore these before I got on the trail. Look at that tread. I was just wearing them like to get used to them at home, but I wasn't doing any like, you know, anything that would have really wore down the tread on them. I ordered a new pair of shoes today. REI was having their coupon sale, so I snagged them. It was such a good day. So I didn't even start hiking until 12:30, and I was supposed to do 4.8 miles, I think, and I ended up doing 7.6, and I feel so good. Like, my knee hasn't hurt at all. Like I said earlier, my shoulders felt a little sore, but that's okay. They're fine now. I have my little massage ball. I haven't really felt the need to use it yet. I'm gonna use it tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. But I can't even tell you like what a huge deal it was for me to stay here instead of Low Gap Shelter tonight. So if you've watched any of my videos, or if you know me, you know that I have been terrified of having to do a bear hang, and so I've been like putting off staying at tent sites because the shelters have bear boxes or bear cables. But when I got to Low Gap today and it was like not even 3 o'clock, I was like, that's so stupid. So I kept going, and as you can see, I'm the only one here. So like it was because I told myself, well, someone will help me if I can't get it. Well, someone did help me. God did. Because I don't know. I definitely, I struggle with the bear bags, but I did it, and I'm very happy. One of the things I said I wasn't going to take with me on this trip was fear, because I'm sitting there weighing out every little ounce of my gear and like eliminating something because it weighs 2 ounces. Fear's pretty heavy. Fear's really heavy. And so I can allow fear of things like doing a bear hang to prevent me from making the best choice, which was obviously to push on tonight. So now tomorrow I only have like 10.5 miles instead of 13.5. I really don't know that I would have been ready for a 13.5 mile day tomorrow. So now I'm sitting pretty for that. Also, tomorrow night is also a tent site if I go ahead with that plan, and it's a little bit more popular one, so there might be other people there. I'm so thankful. I still don't understand. It took me at least a half an hour to do my bear hang tonight. Not a single person walked by, and y'all, I am right off the trail my tent site is. Not a single person walked by, because I get really like, I shut down when people are watching me do something I'm not good at. So I'm really thankful for that I had privacy to do that. Who knows, the bears were probably watching me and laughing at me, but I'm really thankful that that's behind me. It makes me feel more confident in like just overcoming hurdles and obstacles and feeling like I can do this. I can do this. I can get to Katahdin. Good night.